Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. Voltage is back, and as is our tradition, we are back to give you the best high voltage decks. This time, a lot of the work for this video was done by our friend Den over at Marvel Snap Zone. These decks are taken directly from his article, where he went over what are the best decks for high voltage using stats from last run and eliminating decks and cards that were featured last time but are banned this time. Let's get started talking about the high voltage decks with the best win rate. But before we do, if you would like to win one of two, that's right, two free Viv Visions, all you got to do is sub, like, comment. That's it. Those three things give you a chance to win Viv Vision. It's just that simple. Should you comment? Literally anything on this video as long as you sub and like. Let's keep it going with what's high voltage. If you're new, if you're not paying attention, if you have a bad memory, or snap just isn't that important to you, 3 turns, no snaps. You start with 2 cards and draw 2 per round for a total of 8 cards. That's 1 less than a regular game of Snap. Each turn, players get the same amount of randomized energy, 2 through 5, and it compounds. So if turn 1 you get 2 energy, turn 2 you get 2 energy, you'll have 4 energy, right? But if turn 1 you get 5 energy, turn 2 you get 2 energy, you'll have 7. That's how it works. The banned cards this time, there's some new ones. There's Galactus, Magic, Black Widow, Alioth, Gambit, which are always banned. Newly banned Shang-Chi, or semi-newly banned, he was banned last time. Wong and Panther and Zola are all gone, so no more Zola shenanigans, get ready. No Shang, but also no Wong, Panther, Zola. No Mystique, huge hit to negative, which is my general go-to for this mode. The only way I really like playing negative is here. No more. Then we have Mr. Jim Hammond. What a damn shame. Those who bought Jim Hammond, I know it's bonus energy and Jim would get really big, but like, come on, throw the people who actually bought this card a bone. No Absorbing Man, no on-reveal shenanigans, no Odin, and no Ultron. One of the highest win rate things we always saw in this mode was we had a lot of Patriot decks that ran Ultron. No more. Those are gone. No more Odin shenanigans. No more Absorb Men shenanigans. It's all gone. We got to find some new stuff to do. A lot of the on-reveal stuff was nerfed. A lot of the biggest stuff was nerfed. So what can we do? We'll tell you what the best decks are. And we've got so many decks to go over. But first, this is the rewards. So you basically get milestones in this mode by completing missions. There's missions every daily reset. If daily resets are like me in the middle of the night sometimes, too bad. You're just going to miss some resets. I miss 1/3 of the resets every time. They fill every 8 hours, but you can also refill with 100 gold in an order of 100 gold, and then it's always 125, 250, 500 for as the Volt missions go. If you get 1200 Volt, you're getting a premium mystery order. There is no card. This is a borders heavy. You're getting 1 variant at 1000, and outside of that, it is all borders all the time. Okay, I'm sort of liking this free border thing they're doing. Spending money on borders is not a thing I've ever done, but I have plenty of borders because they're a nice, cool reward and they make cards look cool. I'm not sad about it, and this is a fun mode, so I don't really mind. If you don't care about the rewards and you don't like the mode, don't play. If you like the mode and hate the rewards, well, play. And if you don't like the mode and want the borders, I guess you're gonna have to deal with it. Before we get to the first deck, hit that sub button. We've got more decks than anyone for you. More proven decks, more decks from the best players. Hit that sub, leave a like, and leave a comment. All right. Voltage ongoing. This is almost always the class of voltage. All the big stuff was nerfed except ongoing. We may, because move is so good. I don't think move is going to be good in this mode, y'all. I'm just going to say that now. I could easily be wrong. Move's not going to be in this video. Move is the best deck on ladder. I'm not sure it's the best deck here. We can easily fit in Mercury if we want to do the moving Moonstone daily. If move ends up good, we can easily fit in Moonstone for something like Sam Wilson, for something like Ebony Maw. But outside of that, what this deck just does is drop points. Captain Carter, Moonstone, Captain America are just huge points. We buff things, we add points. For the first day or so of this mode, the best thing is almost always like this thing that goes way over the top, and then something more mid-rangey and consistent almost always takes over. This is that mid-rangey and consistent thing. It's using Professor X to lock up a lane. It's got Claw and Mr. Fantastic to get in there, and then Captain Carter and Moonstone are so freaking big that they can take another lane almost all by themselves. That's the basic gist of this deck. It's nothing complicated, it's nothing fancy, but it wins. So this deck needs Goliath, Carter, and Moonstone. Sam Wilson can be Gorgon. If you don't have Gorgon, I would run Misery. But there's also Armor. I assume Destroy is going to have a presence here, and Armor should be pretty damn good. Next up, we've got Kazoo. Kazoo is one of those decks that is always secretly OP in this mode. Everyone acts like Kazoo is a nothing burger. It is not. It works really, really well. And what Kazoo does so well is largely it's got the onslaught, right? So it's got onslaught for Kazar and Blue Marble, so it's got these huge buffs. It buffs the whole board wide, meaning your opponent has to go really, really tall, and then it goes super tall with Gilgamesh. Echo gives you a little bit of extra board control, a little bit extra sniperness. Claw gives you some power, especially when combined with Onslaught. And hey, Mockingbird as a free 9 is very strong. It's a really, really simple deck to pilot. If you just want to get missions done quickly, this is one to go with if you're looking to win some games. So this deck needs Mockingbird. Gilgamesh can easily be Iron Man, especially as we run Onslaught. All right. Next up, Voltage good cards. Do you hate people? If you hate people and want them to suffer, play this. We got the Cannonball Mercury. We got the Juggernaut. We got the Zemo and Copycat. Let's just take all the opponents' good stuff. We got Enchantress for the ongoing decks like the previous ones we looked at. Let's just take whatever opponents are doing and say, no, you're not going to do that. Magneto, Mercury, let's get a 1/6 out of Miles. Everything in this, and Stegron, sorry. Everything in this deck works to just ruin the opponent's life. If you are a control player, if you are a mid-range player, if KM deck style decks are your absolute favorite, I suggest Voltage good cards to ya. We are going to need Mercury, Cannonball, and Wiccan for this. Copycat and Zemo are just sort of extra good cards. Morph, Silver Surfer for steps, any good 3-drop will fit. Hey, I should be live tomorrow around the morning time to record the podcast. Sorry about not going live yesterday. I'm going away this weekend and I had to pre-record some videos to make sure that you don't miss days. We don't miss days on the channel, twitch.tv/PulseGlazer. In addition, we've got the Cerebro 5 voltage. 5 bro voltage is legit. It's the real deal. It's a powerful deck. This is one of my favorites. I hit Infinite with it a couple seasons ago. There's only one season since the very beginning of Marvel Snap I had trouble hitting Infinite, and that deck, Cerebro 5, carried me over the top, so I will always have warm, fuzzy feelings for this. This deck has 2 real win patterns. It is get Ms. Marvel and triple Ms. Marvel with Ancient One, or get Cerebro and triple Cerebro with Ancient One. If you can do either of those, you're incredibly strong. Sometimes you can win otherwise. This deck does have 5-power Juggernaut and 5-power Negasonic. It's hard to run both of those on regular ladder, but in this mode, where sometimes you get things like turn 1 Sarah and 1,000,000 energy, it ends up working out. I am worried about playing this, but the stats were apparently good enough last time Voltage came around for Den to feature it, and so I think that this is likely to be a worthwhile place to be. This deck needs Ancient One and Ms. Marvel. Scarlet Spider can be Captain Marvel, and in many ways, I like Captain Marvel better anyway. High power, high voltage. This is a just pure points. This is like the kind of decks we were playing when Nightmare first came out. They're not good on ladder, but they're great in voltage, where we just say, all right, well, we've got 0 for Red Skull, we got Enchantress for Red Skull. It can also ruin opponents. If the opponent's playing Cerebro, Red Skull's an auto win. We've got the Nightmare to like just get all these surprising stuff. I don't know. Nightmare on turn 1 is really, really good. It's something that we like. We wish we could do on ladder all the time, right? We wish we could just start with Nightmare and Nightmare whenever we get the right cards. This deck has that. It also has War Machine as a backup plan. Sometimes you're just gonna have nothing to do on turn 1, and then or like you're not gonna play an Ebony Maw, and then turn 2 you're gonna be able to Infinite. That kind of thing is sick. There's a lot to like about this deck. I don't know. I don't think it's super fun if you don't see Nightmare outside. If you don't see Nightmare, it's just like drop idiot. Maybe that's fun for you. No offense, it's not my thing. But if you see Nightmare, this deck is an absolute blast. So go have at it. We need War Machine, Nightmare, and Starbound for this. And since there's no Shang-Chi, this should have 1,000,000 points. This is one of the bigger point things to do. All right. Speaking of big point things to do, if ongoing is kept in check by Enchantress or Cosmic Ghost Rider, then Agatha Hela is going to be insane. You draw 8 cards in Voltage. This deck draws 9. It's got Jubilee and Blink, so it can technically draw 10 and 11, which means you're almost always going to get a Hela off. As long as Corvus doesn't discard your Hela, you are cooking with gas. It's just that simple. You've got the Lockjaw too in order to try and see the stuff. You really, really want Redshift, right? But okay, so if you see, and you don't have control over your turn 2, so anything could happen. But like a lot of the times, that anything can happen is just going to be Agatha playing Agatha, and then you should, in these cases, have enough energy to do a discard in Hela anyway, which is just going to win games. I don't know. I don't love Hela, but this is extremely powerful. This is the Cougar version of Hela, and it's a cook. It rocks. So I think this is likely to be OP. I hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's fairly likely to be OP. This does need all cards again, sorry, but I would consider Cosmic Ghost Rider or Enchantress for Iron Man as a way to counter opposing Stardust type shenanigans. Next up, we got Ongoing Tribunal. I like fun combos in this mode. I like trying to go off in with combos. That's why I like negative. A lot of the time in high voltage, people are just trying to win games and do like powerful stuff. That's not my way particularly. I just want to make really, really cool, huge numbers happen in different ways. I think that's the point of voltage. So I'm going to probably play some Tribunal. This deck is fairly simple. Your main goal is to get Onslaught, Iron Man, and then Tribunal out. If you can do that, you win. You can also do silly things like Sarah into Onslaught for super cheap boards. You can drop a Blue Marvel in these situations. This deck does suffer greatly from the loss of Mystique, but I'm pretty sure it's still a powerful list. Tribunal and Blink are needed. Iron Lad can be Prodigy or Ms. Marvel. I am curious how good Prodigy is in this. Next up, we've got Destroy Voltage. This is the other thing that I may play, although I might mess around with it because I want Shuri in this. I might want Shuri and Taskmaster in this. But either way, Nimrod is just a lot of points all over the board. Again, if we're not seeing Stardust in the same way that Hela will be very good, this will be very good. Nimrod and Symbiote Spider-Man put up a ton of points. Nimrod under Atuma is just enough points to really compete, and you can still drop like Null and Destroyer because of the way this mode works for a ton of power in this game mode. I think that this is going to be a really, really powerful thing. Again, as long as Stardust is not an especially prominent card. You need X-23, Nimrod, and Kid Omega here. Shuri might be able to replace Symbiote, and I might want Taskmaster as well. I think Shuri and Taskmaster is a sick combo, because then you can do something like turn 1 Shuri, turn 2 Destroyer, turn 3 Taskmaster, which seems like it's probably pretty freaking good. I'm kind of excited for this. I'm not going to lie. I think this one's going to be really, really, really cool. Plus, how often do you get to play Sabretooth? Let's play some Sabretooth. Check out the stream team if you'd like to see some gameplay and my current schedule doesn't work for you. It is Thursday, so the King of Canada should be live on Twitch. And that's it. That's the video. That's like 10 decks. Hopefully you found something that you can play. If you found nothing you can play, do me a favor and let me know in the comments. And then you can message me on Discord and I'll try and find you something that's close enough. And yes, replacements count. If you can play it with replacements, you can play it, right? But if you can't, do let me know. And do check out patreon.com/snapjudgments if you are willing to support the channel a bit extra. It means an awful lot if you would do so. And certain tiers of support come with honor. Thanks. Thank you to Jones A. Snapped 22, Abigail Geislin, Mandatory Burnout, Eric Arliss, LAB, Inc., I am Frostman, Hota, Navadete, Prime Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood, Snap, Ryan Wrench, Gofar Kiv, Keltor, Kertix Lee, Kore, Kazushi, Archangel, Thrike, Black Dahlia, Parofros, The Road Seeker, Gold, Hallowed, Synth. That was my bad Scrooge McDuck. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Radnick, Absolute Shannon, Dirtay, Casual, Dark Moogle, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger, Prime, Philly, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, The Biz Up, Black Tubers 23, XRC, and Skippy G, Jessica Gamble, Slush Death, The Kinger Bros, The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Kevs, Yoda, Clam, Colonel Foreman, Rob Silverman, David, Moo, Wingfield, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan, Martin, Jason, Matt, Ray Sean Smith, Charles Washington, Chucky, Corbin, Junkie, and Jimmy McHugh, you stout one big man, Cactus, Check, Reapster, Steve-O131, Yo Marco, Ted Bro, Good Bro Joe, SnapJudgeGlazer Joe, Pickety Boombot, Bricks 2 Click Green, Goblin, Flan 56, Spectrum Mix, Hoot, Only Fox, Matt, DJ, Mikey, Jinx, Matt, No Flex, Nick, the Greek, Geek, Toxic Soul King, Subject 24, The King of Canada, JJ, Deadman Falcon, Falk, Thorn, Newman, Two Ties, The Great Lord Evans, The Pirate King Tucker, and of course, Gunny T, where the T stands for I'm Kinda Happy Voltage is back. I'd like to end the season playing some non-serious, fun Marvel Snap before we get to the grind of the new season. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. Peace.